Murphy, we have an email for you from murphysamandjody.com based on the After the Show podcast about you seeing your dad's Corvette restored and running again after you and the family decided to sell it after he passed away.
The new owner and a good friend of ours who writes articles for Corvette magazine surprised us.
Yes.
And brought the car by. I had no idea what it was going to happen.
Go back and listen to that podcast, but Charlie sent this. Hello there. I know this is heavier than you would probably want on the show, but I lost my dad unexpectedly a year and a half ago, and his loss is really finally hitting me and hard. Just listening to your stories about the Corvette hit home so much with what me and my family are currently dealing with, and I wanted to cry listening. It is so nice of the owner to offer that to you and your family, but I fear that is likely a rare circumstance for a new owner to offer a get-together at any time for the family. Like Murphy and the Corvette, my dad has a lot of things that meant a lot to him, but the rest of us can't really use, but don't want to see just waste away into the ground, you know? But also, we're struggling to find the will to sell. My question is, how do you fill or handle the hole inside as a result of the loss of a parent, along with selling the things that mattered so much to them? I'm just looking for advice on how to help fill that hole from losing a parent and how to handle selling some of those treasured items. Thank you for sharing everything about the Corvette. I didn't want the podcast to end. That is from Charlie.
Thank you, Charlie. That's so nice. You know, it's a really good question, and the answer is the one that I know that used to drive me crazy when anybody would say, but it really is time. What I would say is give yourself the permission. No one's making you sell any of that stuff or get rid of any of that stuff. And my brother and sister and I were not in any rush to sell our childhood home. We didn't know if we were going to or not. We weren't in a rush to sell any of the things. We took our time. I mean, literally, it was 3 years before we sold our childhood home. It was 4 years before we sold the Corvette. And you have to be in the right emotional state. You have to get to a place where you're comfortable and you are able to detach those things from the person that you've lost.
Correct.
And then once that has happened, you're still going to miss some of those things because really what you're missing is the memory of those things and the attachment you had tied to that person.
You're missing him.
But eventually you will get, through that. And also don't fight it. You're never going to get to a place in your life where you're like, all right, I'm over missing my dad.
You're always going to miss your dad.
It's okay for you to miss your dad. Yeah.